Let's see. 31. Okay. Oh, we already had an example like this, but let's work on this one too. X approaches infinity, 5x minus 2 over 4x plus 1. Okay, so I plug it in. Of course, it's infinity. Why, of course? I mean, it's 5x minus 2 and 4x plus 1 when x approaches infinity. So it's infinity over infinity. So how do we proceed? What is the next step? Any suggestions? How do I continue?
With the denominator.
So what we did a few minutes ago was we factored out the degree. We factored out the degree. So the numerator has degree 1. The denominator has degree 1. So I have to factor out x in both cases. What is left at the top? And then eventually I will simplify. But what is left here and what is left here?
5 minus 2 over x.
Excellent. 5 minus 2 over x. And
4 minus 1 over x.
good. So these will disappear because 1 divided by infinity will approach 0. And now I can drop the limit operator because I'm applying it. So what is the final answer for this limit?
Five over 4.
Excellent. Say it again.
5 over 4.
Yes. And I can conclude that y equals 5 over 4 horizontal asymptote. Perfect. Good. Next question. So again, this we did last time to review for this test, but if you want, we can go back. So equations of tangent line, derivatives, marginal profit, cost, revenue, and graphing a function from scratch. Studying the first derivative, studying the second derivative, and then graphing it. Inflection points, max, min, concavity, increasing, decreasing, the whole spiel. So what would you like to continue with?
Tangent lines.
Very good. 58 on 155. Perfect. 58, 155. 155. Find an equation of the tangent line to the graph of f of x equals x cubed minus 2x plus 1, and let's choose one. Let's choose one of these points. It doesn't matter which one. Which point would you like to pick?
B.
B. Very good. So B is negative 1, 2. Very good. I don't expect any surprises, but I want to make sure that when I plug in negative 1, I get 2. Who knows? So this is negative 1. This is plus 2. And this is plus 1, so that's correct. So in order to determine the equation of the tangent line at this point, first of all, I write y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. I do have x1. I do have y1. But I do not have the slope. The question is, how do I find the slope? Once I have the slope, I'm finished. The problem is solved. So, how do I find the slope? Anyone remembers how to find the slope? How How do I find the slope? This is a very important topic. We discussed this many times, how to find the slope. Maybe you're saying something and you're muted. So we have the function, we have the point, and we want to find the slope of this line, tangent to the graph of f of x. How do I find the slope? And the point is -1, 2. So I want to find this, the slope of the tangent line. Anyone, please? It's okay if you're wrong, so maybe now we establish this for good. How do I find? Yes.
I'm trying to remember, but is it the derivative of f of -1?
Exactly. That is the slope. So I have to find f prime of x. Can anyone give us f prime of x?
3x squared minus 2.
Excellent. So now I want f prime of -1. -1 squared is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. The slope is 1. So y minus 2 equals the slope, which is 1, x minus x plus 1. I move -2 to the other side. It becomes +2. So y equals x plus 3. That's it. Good. All sorts of derivatives, graphing, and then word problems with the marginal profit, cost, revenue. By marginal profit, remember this is P prime. Marginal cost, C prime. Marginal revenue, R prime. Anything else with marginal will be T prime, whatever. As long as it had marginal, I'm asked to find the derivative. So what do we want to continue with? I did not select a particular problems for derivatives. I'm just going to make them up. And you can too. So what do we continue with? Let's not waste time. You know me, I don't like wasting your time. Page 6. Anyone would like to pick?
Derivatives.
Okay, perfect. So for the derivatives, please be prepared for applying to apply all rules. For example, let's say 2x squared minus 3 times e to 4x plus 1. So this is a function, we want to differentiate it. What rule applies here? Which of the rules that we discussed? Or more than one, but at least the initial one that I need to apply. What will that be? What do you think?
Product?
Yes, thank you so much. Of course, it's a product. It's a product. So this is function 1, and this is function 2. Good. Can anyone guide us through? What is the derivative of the first one? The derivative of this.
4x.
Excellent. E to 4x plus 1 plus 2x squared minus 3 times, now the derivative of this. Remember, this is plus, not multiplication, right? Please remember, okay? So what is the derivative of e to 4x plus 1? How do we differentiate e to a function? E to a function prime. Anyone remembers, please?
Is it 4e?
Yes, it's e to 4x plus 1 times the inner function prime, which is 4. Excellent. You can leave it alone, or you can factor e to 4x plus 1. And then I have 4x. Here I have 4 distributed here, 8x squared minus 12. And I will rearrange this in the correct order. Okay, what about this one? I'm asked to differentiate the square root of some function. How do I do this? What is the rule for differentiating the square root of a function? This one. Anyone, please? Brian, are you back? Will you help us?
I don't remember.
Okay, anyone? That's okay. Anyone else? David, do you remember this one? Anyone else remembers this one? So the formula is like for the square root of x, 1 over 2 the square root of x. But this one, because it's a function, we also have to multiply by f prime. So this is 1 over 2 the square root of 4x cubed plus 2x times the inner function prime, which is 12x squared plus 2. You can factor out the 2 and simplify if you'd like. 6x squared plus 1 over 2 the square root of 4x cubed plus 2x. So that's it. Now, the next problem. Let's say we have f of x, x squared plus 1 over x minus 3. What rule applies here to find the derivative? Which rule has to be applied here? What do you think?
Quotient?
Yes. So the quotient rule requires the denominator to be squared. And the top is like the product rule, but with minus. So the top function prime is 2x times the denominator minus the top as is times the denominator prime, but the denominator prime is 1. So then I continue. Do not attempt to simplify. That will be a terrible mistake. So 2x squared minus 6x minus x squared minus 1 over x minus 3 squared. So this is x squared minus 6x minus 1 over x minus 3 squared. Good. Another one. Let's say natural log of x to the third plus 2x minus 4. How do we differentiate this one? Anyone remembers the rule for natural log? So what is the rule for natural log of f prime? Anyone, please? Anyone remembers this rule? Yes?
The inner function prime over
So 1
the
over,
original function.
yes, x cubed plus 2x minus 4 times the inner function prime, correct, which is 3x squared plus 2. Perfect. I cannot think of anything else. I think we reviewed most of it, and yeah, I think we're okay. Good. So marginal profit, graphing of a function, marginal profit, cost, revenue, or any function. We can look at I can open and pick, you can pick any problem on that. Or we continue with a graphing of a function, presenting the table and all the information.
Can we do graphing
Sure.
function?
Yes.